morning, folks. What a beautiful day. Not supposed to be snow sticking on the ground in mid-April. I mean, come on, man. Look at those nice flowers out there. Look at those. And they're all covered with snow now, so that's great. Hopefully it won't stay like this for too long, man. It's barely sticking, but it's still sticking. Look at the green, it's green grass, and then you see patches of white. Like, look at this. I got all three cats. I got Oreo sleeping there. Hi, Oreo. Got Darby down here. And Poppy in her hidey hole. Hi, Poppy. Hi, well, I'm only filling up the bird feeder about halfway since apparently the governor has decided that I'm no longer allowed to go out and get bird seed anymore. And anything, even with Amazon Prime, that's non-essential won't even get here till about May 1st. So I guess I could order it now and it might be here by about the time I'll need it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just sort of dumb because, like, I mean, a lot of these stores that you'd go to already to get, like a lot of the stores that you'd go to already to just get essential supplies, like, it's really not that hard. Like, it's just the next aisle over. You can go get birdseed. Like, that's the thing about it that doesn't make sense to me. Poppy's very, very interested in what I'm printing. Oh, come on, I thought it said it was supposed to be without color. No, I'm trying to save ink here, come on. Look at him, Kitty brought his toy up to his little patty here. Oh. That's like how Oreo shows that he likes where he's sitting, or that he likes a person if he brings his toy. Oreo brought the pad, his toy. Alright guys, so funny story time. Just because I just realized that I never told you this earlier. So this morning, alright, so I went to bed at I tried to fall asleep at 4:30 in the morning last night. And, well, I guess it wouldn't have been last night if it was in the morning, but, so I tried to fall asleep at 4:30 in the morning, didn't actually fall asleep till 5. Okay, so then I'm 2.5 hours into my slumber, and so it's 7:30 and I magically wake up, and weirdly at first it's I wake up and I'm not feeling tired at all, so I'm just okay, guess it's time to get up. I look at my clock and I'm it's 7:30, I'm I slept all the way through dinner, I legitimately thought that I had slept all the way until 7:30 p.m., in the afternoon. And I was I actually, I looked at the clock, I'm 7:30, so then I get up and I go to my mom's room, and I'm just oh my gosh, did I actually sleep all the way through dinner? She's it's 7:30 in the morning. Or no, actually, I think the first thing she said was, she's well, geez, you're up early, and I thought she was being, sarcastic, and I'm yeah, I have no idea how I slept through dinner. She's you didn't. She's that's why I said you're up early. So I'm okay. So basically, long story short, I thought that it was 7:30 p.m. And my parents were "There's no way we would let you sleep that long." I'm well, I don't know. I mean, usually most of the time a couple of times when I sleep until 1:30 in the afternoon, you don't get me up, which that's a good thing. But it's just I'm well, it wouldn't be the most shocking thing in the world, I guess, so, but, man, that's just weird, but, anyway, so, yeah, so, after that, I was man, I don't even feel tired, and then, a minute later, I'm well, I'm gonna go back to bed, so, just a little fun story. Alright, folks, it's the end of the day now, and, I don't really have any big national news, but on a local level, I guess it's more on a state level. We had one big thing today that it's really just I don't know, it was a big protest, and it was just, I found it interesting for some reason. And basically, it was called Operation Gridlock in Lansing. They were basically everybody just they clogged up the streets, parked on the streets on purpose. People were waving signs, and basically it's all in protest to the governor's orders and the stay at home and all that stuff. And strangely enough, there were no citations at all for social distancing violations, which is, protests in their nature, you would think are very they're very close together, but strangely enough, I don't know, so, but anyway, So that was just I just sort of found that interesting that and I guess what they did was they just surrounded the Capitol and everybody was honking their horns and basically it was a lot of people that like their businesses have been shut down, like a lot of like, you know, gardening centers and landscapers and stuff like that. And so um yeah, I mean, even I guess, you know, I gotta say, even if you don't necessarily agree with like if even if you don't necessarily agree with the intent of the protest, it is always nice to see people every once in a while just sort of expressing their First Amendment rights, I guess. I don't know. That's always something that no matter what the protest is, I can always respect a good protest because it's, you know, it's exercising your, you know, one of the things that a lot of people take for granted, the ability to do that. It's, you know, it's just awesome in this country that you can publicly do that, and it's just like fine, you know. It's awesome. The Bill of Rights, one of the greatest things in history. But anyway, so that was it was just interesting how that all played out today up there. Lots of noise up in Lansing. Boy, I'll tell you what. And So yeah, so quite a bit going on up there, and it's weird that that's the place I was at like a month and a half ago, just for my youth and government conference, and then I'm looking at it and I'm just like, whoa, this place has changed. But yeah, so today was an interesting day in Michigan, and that's about it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.